Sometimes villains get to win the day, but then again, sometimes these victories are quickly cut short thanks to karma. Welcome back, Nerd Squad. It's me, Amanda McKnight, aka VampX13, but you can call me Vampy. Today we'll be counting down the top 10 villains who got instant karma. Which villain would you like to see win the day? And which villain would you like to see get some karma? Number 10, Apex Lex. So, in the comics, there was this whole battle between which villain was going to be the more powerful, the more wild, the more unstoppable, if you will. Apex Lex versus Batman Who Laughs. He defeated the Justice League only for Perpetua to turn on him and, get this, betray him, ultimately defeating him by taking his power back. So while yes, he does kinda come out on top, it turns out that Karma apparently had other plans for him. And while Lex kinda won, he ultimately became overshadowed by Perpetua and later even Batman Who Laughs. Perpetua ends up taking Lex's powers, so he ultimately is just returned to just normal old Lex Luthor. And friends, before we move on to our next spot on this list, if you love what we do here at Top 10 Nerd, be sure to let us know by clicking that subscribe button. Number 9, Thanos. Thanos has done a lot of bad things in his life, so it's unsurprising to me that he would ultimately have to face karma someday. There are a few brutal moments when this has happened, but I think one of the worst, at least from Thanos, comes during Donny Cates' run on the Thanos comic. Here, he is denied his prize even after he has successfully destroyed almost all life in the universe. Of course, Thanos did all of this in the hopes of winning the Heart of Death. Oh, and if you think I'm talking about Infinity Gauntlet from the comics here, or Infinity War even, I'm not. I'm actually talking about a time when he almost succeeded in eradicating literally all life in the universe. And also, him wanting to win Death's favor isn't an MCU plot point, but in the comics, pretty much all the bad stuff Thanos does is to win Death's favor and her heart. So for him to have done all of this, to have finally succeeded in killing almost all life, only to be turned away by the one thing he wants, the reason that he did all of it, it's pretty brutal. The reason Death is taking a page from Shania Twain's book thinking, that don't impress me much, in her opinion, it's because she feels Thanos is holding out on her. Because although pretty much everyone else is dead and gone, he himself is still alive. This forces King Thanos to recruit an alternate past version of himself in the hopes that this version of him will be able to finish the job by taking his life. Number 8, Brainiac. Brainiac getting kicked out into gross swamps is just one of the most karmic things that I can think of, especially when you consider the role he often plays in the destruction of Superman's homeworld. In this case, Brainiac was more jacked in this retelling, which made him a serious threat to Superman. But even after overpowering and attempting to assimilate Superman's brain, Superman still manages to break free, win against Brainiac, and successfully kick him out of his own ship into a swamp on Earth's surface, where he is then overwhelmed by the germs of Earth, which tends to be Brainiac's weakness. Number 7, Joker. During one of the Joker origin stories we've gotten over the years in Batman Year 1, it's revealed that Joker is actually Red Hood. Back when he was Red Hood, he vowed to become a symbol for crime in Gotham, to contrast its hero representing justice. However, just as he pretty much vows to do this, like right when that's happening, he undergoes a wheel of fortune, a turn of fortune if you will, a karmic turn, where he falls into a vat of chemicals and instead is reborn as something else entirely. The clown prince of crime, the Joker. Number 6, Jezebel Jet. Jezebel Jet's karmic moment has to be one of the most hilarious moments when it comes to villains who have been hit with a bad case of karma. Jezebel Jet was once engaged to be married to Batman, but ultimately didn't end up as his wife because she turned out to be, well, a villain. However, when she revealed her true allegiances, Batman seemed mostly unfazed. He met her "you never would have guessed" reveal with his own "you never would have guessed that I knew all along" reveal. Following that, she was unceremoniously defeated quite permanently by Talia al Ghul. Number 5, Khonshu. Khonshu is not normally someone who we think of as a villain, but he is sometimes. Trust me, he is this time. In the Age of Khonshu's story, Khonshu convinced Moon Knight they must prepare to defeat the evil that is Mephisto. But it turns out, while Mephisto is of course also bad, Khonshu is the real bad guy here. After using his avatar to defeat all of the Avengers so that he could basically get their power to use against Mephisto, who he does beat, the heroes all turn on Khonshu, leaving him separated from Mark and ultimately imprisoned. Number 4, Hecate. When it seems like Hecate is about to win in Justice League Dark during the witching hour, power, raining down her terror on humanity by unleashing the power stored within her 5 witch-marked and controlling them. She is ultimately defeated by being sealed off in Olympus and fed to the other kind. The group of beings she was initially so afraid of as a young goddess that she sealed them off in the dark multiverse. Yeah, these beings tear Hecate apart, and ultimately ending up fortunately sealed off for the time being. But with the other kind being an even greater threat to the main reality than she was, kind of setting up for something that's even worse coming her way. Number 3, Magneto. I mean, obviously I gotta talk about this one, it's just too good. For this point, I'm focusing on when Magneto was nerfed by Charles Xavier, aka Professor X. After Magneto had the audacity to strip the adamantium from Wolverine's skeleton, Xavier basically felt, that's it, I have no choice, it's time for me to permanently stop Magneto. Just when it seemed like Magneto would come out on top, Charles used his mutant power of telepathy to shut off Magneto's brain. This would have a devastating effect, as Charles would take part of Magneto's psyche inside himself and Onslaught would be born, but hey, that's a whole other very long story for another time. Number 2, Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom's karma is a little different than some others on our list. Dr. Doom is typically known for being a villain, but he doesn't always just do evil things for the sake of being evil. In fact, that's not even usually his way at all, even when he is a villain. Typically, Doom's plans have less to do with just being evil and more to do with getting even, or simply enacting a plan that he believes will result in something good happening, but maybe at the cost of some morally dubious behavior or acts. Case in point, when he became the God Emperor Doom of Battleworld. He did this to save the world. No, to save the multiverse. But he also used the title to, bolster his own power, making himself the literal god ruler of the new multiverse and taking Reed Richards' family for his own. Yeesh. However, he did try to do his best to be a decent ruler, and he did ultimately save the multiverse, holding everything, just barely, together. And as a result, when Reed came in to take over for Doom, taking back the power that Doom had wielded, Reed also made sure to deliver some karma to Victor. In this case, actually, good karma. Reed fixed Victor's face and also made him think that the Fantastic Four had been defeated. Well, they were really just off rebuilding the multiverse while MIA. Number 1, Perpetua. Look, if you thought Apex Lex was bad, wait till you hear what happened to Perpetua. I mean, this is probably karma for what she did to Lex when you think about it. So initially, we were led to believe that Batman Who Laughs was working for Barbados, and then it was revealed that really, although he was working for Barbados, the mastermind behind everything was actually Perpetua, who was seeking to escape the Source Wall so she could basically fix the multiverse by ultimately destroying it. Isn't that just always how villains want to fix things? They're like, let me fix this by destroying everything. Although ultimately what she wasn't expecting was for her loyal allies to actually turn on her. And that is exactly what happened, as Batman Who Laughs revealed he had his own plan. Just when it seemed like Perpetua was going to potentially rule the day, she in turn was betrayed by her own supposed minion, Batman Who Laughs. It turns out Batman Who Laughs had his own plan this whole time, to betray her, take her power, and use it to rebuild the multiverse in his own image. In essence, if he had won, the multiverse would probably all be more like the dark multiverse that we had before. Fortunately, he too was defeated. Though, in his case, not by another villain, but actually by the Justice League. Actually the heroes. No karma for him. That's about it. Until next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube.